Sometimes I pause to look in the mirror and feel as if I'm looking at the reflection of oil on water. Rarely can I actually find my own features in the swirling colors. More often it's passing shadows and brief shapes that seem to define my image. And the longer I stand in front of that particular storefront window or bathroom vanity, the more feverishly the oil seems to dance on the water. Who am I? The question seems all but lost in those rainbows. Winston Churchill once said that to improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. In that case, I must be rather immortal. It seems to me that as teenagers, my peers and I are constantly adapting and changing ourselves. We're faced nearly every day with new opportunities to either succeed or fail, delight or disappoint, surrender or overcome. And the mirrors in which the pigtailed girl once saw simply her own smiling face now point out her glaring flaws and her moments of radiant beauty. She looks again at her reflection only to find that yesterday's certainty has been replaced by today's doubt. What exactly is this confusion about the self like? Think of Da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Does she smile at some private pleasure? Or perhaps her thin lips are forming a frown of sadness. Then again, maybe she's just lost in thought. Well, the teenage issue is that we're in a constant state of Mona Lisa-ness. My grin today might be my tears tomorrow. What do I say to the friend who offers me a cigarette? I want very badly to be a good person, but my very definition of what a good person is may change simply because of who I'm with. I know that personally I would turn her off or down, but can I condemn a peer for accepting it as a new experience? It's all part of our search to discover ourselves. Only when we experiment and dare to be adventurous can we truly learn and grow. And what do I say to the boy I dream about? My decision at that very moment will define who I am. Am I shy, overly aggressive, too optimistic, too pessimistic? And in that case, which of those is best? The oil doesn't pause long enough for us to tell. Wouldn't it be easier for everyone involved if we just went through our identity crises when we were, say, 6 years old? Nothing much matters then, anyway. But instead, we must adapt to our changing bodies and minds and perceptions now, when we must also decide whether or not to jump that lane on the freeway, whether or not to go to that party when we know exactly who and what will be there, and whether or not to leave our adoring parents behind and travel to far reaches of the world to attend college. How can I possibly make these decisions when I'm still trying to see clearly who I really am? It's hard, but I'll do it. The only thing to do, really, is what the child who falls off his horse classically does. Get back on again. The wonderful thing about being a teenager in limbo is that if I don't like who I am today, I can change tomorrow. I can dip my finger back into the oil and stir it around a bit and try out the new patterns. And someday soon, I will find a way to send those glittering oils off into the air and look at my true reflection in the water. Someday soon, I will be certain of who I am. Whether I'm a poet or a mathematician, an extrovert or an introvert, a veterinarian or a doctor. But in the meantime, the mirrors will have to wait behind closed doors. I'll peek every once in a while. I have to check my hair, but who can really see anything clearly in a stream of oil?